Hello, everyone. How are we doing? Are we on? Cool, brilliant. Hello. It's really good to be with you. Sound of the summer from last year for me, that one. Sigala, local boy, grew up in Norwich with El Air and Megan Trainor, French Montana, just got paid, which really that's what we're all after, isn't it? That's kind of why we're here. So I thought I'd tell you a little bit about us first and why you should kind of listen to me talking about digital marketing. So in a nutshell, we are a digital marketing agency. We're based in Colchester. Our fire escape goes straight into Yates's beer garden. So for me, it's a beer escape. I quite like the fire drills. But we do a lot of things. We help people, in a nutshell, make more money online. We do that through search engine optimization, through pay-per-click, and through conversion rate optimization, as well as digital strategy. We believe that there's nothing that people can't achieve, and we want to help every business in the world achieve more and achieve what you want to reach your goals. And so I've been asked to tell you everything that you need to know about digital marketing in the real world in the next 19 minutes. This is a challenge, but I'm up for it. We're going to give it a go. We were asked to do this before for the University of Essex. We went in to do something with the master's course. I say we. I was actually part of that course. So I had this the other way. And basically, came in, the team from Footprint stood at the front, went, everything you need to know about digital in the real world is this. Measure it, test it. So I think I'm 18 minutes and 45 seconds short. We're going to go into this in a bit more detail to kind of really bring home some lessons, because I want you to take something away from this. I want this to be useful. And I don't like doing normal presentations. I love presentations, but I think we can do something a bit more with them. And so instead of doing a presentation, I'm actually changing my role from a presenter to a game show host. So we have a quiz for you. This is how I'm going to teach you today. We're going to do it through this way. I've got 5 questions, and as it says on here, last person standing wins. And I do mean standing, so I'd like to invite you all to stand up. I don't like being the only person standing. Okay, so here's how it's going to work. I've got 5 questions here for things that we have done in the real world. And I'm going to ask you to have a look at and tell me what you think the outcomes are, okay? It will come quite clear when we move on to this very first question. So, here's what we have. We've run some split tests on someone's website. So basically, every person that comes into the website, we split them in different ways. So one person will see one version, another person will see a different one. This way, we can test to see which message, design, anything like that works better from a conversion perspective and make more money. So what we did was we worked with a leaflet delivery company, and we had a form on there for where people apply for a quote. And we had 4 different buttons at the bottom of that quote. We had one that said, get a free quote, one that said free quote now, a fast quote here, and a reliable delivery. Those were the 4 that people saw. Now, this was all split tests, so everyone, these all got shown us the equal amount of times. What I want to know is, which one of these led to more inquiries? So we've got get a free quote now, fast quote here, and reliable delivery. Anyone have any thoughts? Well, let's do it this way, actually. Who thinks it could be A? Show of hands for get a free quote. We've got a few, okay. Anyone think it's B? Free quote now, okay, a few more. Okay, interesting. Fast quote here for C. Quite a lot of you. And anyone for D, reliable delivery? Okay, fascinating. A good split among the group. Someone who said A, do you want to give me a quick reason? Just shout one out why you think A.
It's at the top of the list.
Because it's at the top of the list. Very good reason. Right. Anyone for B, a quick reason?
You want to get it quite quickly and we want it now.
Okay, so we've got it instantly. And for C? The fast, like fast. And those who said D, why do we like D? Because it's what you want. Should we have a look? So, if you said D, remain standing. If you said A, B, or C, sit down, you're out. So yes, we saw a decent improvement. It's 12% more inquiries just from changing the button. And you can see the free quote now and the fast quote here, these different variations, we actually got less. The message that we've got from that is that it isn't about how well you necessarily sell something, because all of those are good call to actions, aren't they? They've all got a reason to pull us in. But what we need to do is actually address the member concerns. The university students are good at this one because most of them have done the job of leaflet delivery. And what happens? They get the money, they get the leaflet goes in the bin, the money goes down the pub. That's how it works. So what we're actually doing with this one is we're saying it's reliable. Your leaflets are actually going to get there. Okay, let's move on to another one. So this is a wonderful bottle. You can put some frankly awful water through this. You can have it direct from the Thames. You can add in some rat poo. You can put a bit of a boiler in there as well if you like. Pump it a few times. Perfectly clean, safe drinking water. It's amazing. It's very popular with people out on their gap year. It's very popular with people who are in the humanities industry, disaster kind of recovery and response. It's also very popular with the preppers. Do you know the preppers, particularly over in America? The people who are preparing for the apocalypse and the end of the world and the zombie invasion that is inevitable. This is their website. This is their product page to buy this bottle. And we thought, well, let's give this a bit of a refresh, see if we can do something with it. So we came up with this different version. And on this one, it's got a video and some pictures. I'll put them next to each other. So these are the two different ones. Again, a split test, equal traffic for each. A or B? Which one do we think did better? Which one got more sales? Anyone for A? Couple of hands, okay. So I'm guessing for the rest of you B? Yeah? And for those who are sat down, would you agree? Yeah, most of you going for B. Okay. For someone who said A, why A?
4,000 litres.
So you know the size. You've got some technical details straight away. Okay. And for those who said B, what do you like about B?
People are too lazy to read.
Visual, people are lazy. Yep, very good thoughts. It's A, by 22%. So if you said B, please sit down, you're now out. So we like to include this one because we created B. This was our idea. Because we thought, well, people will want to see it in action. They'll want to see people actually using the bottle. But no, actually, we found that no one really clicked on the video. No one was interested. They didn't want it. What we found was that they liked having that data straight away. It's also familiar. It looks a little bit like Amazon, who spend millions. I would hate to think how much Amazon actually spend on conversion rate optimization. They've tried about 70 different colors of orange on their buttons to find which one's best. They've kind of taken it to the extreme. But yes, what we've learned is you can't assume, because we all thought B would be better, but we tested it and it wasn't. Okay, let's get on to question 3. So this is for a wonderful company that we've worked with for a number of years called Oasis Overland. These guys, you'll get on a bus and they will drive you over the spine of Africa. They'll take you all the way down the Silk Road. These amazing holidays, very popular with the skiers, those who are spending the kids' inheritance. Also good on the gap year as well, of course. Now, these trips are not short. You don't go away with these guys for the weekend. You go away with them for up to 39 weeks. And we did some paid adverts for them. So these are the adverts you get on the Google search up at the top. They have the little ad next to it. We ran 3 different variations on them, on price, encouragement, and description. The only thing that we changed was the first line in the black. So everything else is all the same. The first one, great value, Africa overland trip, for that price point. For the encouragement, change your life now, see Africa. And for the descriptive one, worry-free, organised overland trips. Those are our 3 different versions. Again, these were all rotated and done equally. Which one do we think got the most clicks and the most inquiries? For those who are standing, anyone think A? No. B? Got one for B, and for C? The rest of you, okay. And for everyone who's sat down, would you agree with what your standing colleagues have said? That it's mainly the description, the worry-free? Yeah? Who thinks it's B then? Yeah, quite a few of you. Does anyone think it's A? 1. Okay. It is encouragement. Okay. Well, we've found our winner. You can take a seat as well. Don't worry, you've got to stand up the whole time. So, this is what we've found. We found that actually it was quite a good improvement, 12%, for Change Your Life. And that's because, well, if I was to book this trip, I kind of expect it to be organised. I don't expect to turn up in the middle of Africa and have to worry about finding my own guides and stuff. I'd expect that all to be there. And I'm not really worried about the price. I'm after an incredible experience. The parent company, this company, I went on a trip across the Sahara Desert with, and I did that for a life-changing event, not because it was organised. What we've learnt from this is that people respond to different messages. You can't just have the same one for everyone, but it's about finding your target audience. People want to change their life. And what we've found with Oasis Overland is they've actually now changed the way they do everything. The banners that they have at expos that they go to say, change your life. They've changed the way they answer the phone. What we've done is actually given them a real insight. Okay, I've got 2 more questions. You're all in this again for a bit of fun. Yeah, I've got time. Right. This is a company called Fever. They're a kind of a marketing agency. They do lots of website design and things like that. We used to share an office with them. Their slogan is pitch perfect marketing. And I love that because it makes me think they did the posters for the Anna Kendrick films. They didn't, unfortunately, otherwise I'd never leave. This is their website, this is their homepage. And we were like, well, let's see if we can get you some more inquiries. Let's do some split testing. So we came up with this. This was the alternative. We thought, let's try it, see what happens. And then we thought, okay, maybe one alternative isn't another. So let's do this. Let's create a third one, and we'll run those. I'll put them all next to each other. You can see they are quite different, particularly to the first one. So we have A, B, and C here. We've got 3 quite different home pages. Which one do you think brought in the most inquiries? Anyone think it's A? Okay. B, quite a lot of you, and for C, just a handful. Okay, that's really interesting. So we've created B and C. A was their original one. %268% for C. So if you said C, well done. B was an improvement as well. I mean, if we could get 83% improvement, that's pretty good. But 268 is mind-blowing. Now, let me get C a bit bigger for you, just so we can have a look at it a bit more. Well, what we can see is that we've got a very cool, very clear statement as soon as we get onto it. Your success is our passion. Well, that's good. That's encouraging. We like that. But what we've also got, we've got a testimonial. Never underestimate the power of a testimonial. It's that word of mouth, but online. We've got it. It's there. You can make the most of these. And we've had it before with people who've said, yeah, but I don't want people knowing who my clients are and then going and stealing them. I don't want my competition to know. But you can anonymize them. John S., manufacturing industry. You can do things around it. We've also got a very clear phone number for people to get in touch. We've got a massive call to action that's standing out. Contact us now to achieve effective results. I mean, we want that, don't we? All of us, we want that. And we've also got what their services are really big at the bottom. Now, suffice to say, if you were to go to the Fever website, it does not look like this, because this is a horrible looking page. They're designers. What they took was all the lessons from this and turned it into something beautiful. But what we've learnt is that it isn't about aesthetic, it's about engagement. I was really pleased myself for finding a picture of a conversion. Okay, one final question then. These are contact forms. Every website should have one of these. They're easy to track. They're a good way of getting leads in. And I think they're unloved. I think there's a lot more we can do with them. I think they're really powerful. So we've got a contact form here. And we've got a couple of different versions as well. All we've done is change the colour. The fields are all exactly the same. The call to action at the bottom is all contact the experts. And so my question to you is, which one did best? Which one got the most people filling in this form? Anyone think it's number A? Number A? Number A. I'm owning it. Anyone think it's number A? Yeah, right, one. Number B? Couple. Letter 3? Quite a lot. And then finally D. Okay, we've got a pretty good mix. I'm going to really be interested to hear your thoughts on why you've gone for particular ones. So who said A? Why do we like A?
I just don't like the colours. I prefer the white background.
Fair enough, you can't argue with that one. B, who liked B? And why?
Bright and vivid.
Bright and vivid, and for, yeah, green for go and things. Who said C? It's the only colour you like. Fair enough.
I think it provides a balance between the information and the attraction your attention.
That's a very good point. It does bring your attention in, but without being overwhelming. And who said D? And anyone for D? Why?
Yes, sunshine, isn't it?
Sunshine. Okay. Here's what we found. Now, the lesson that I'm going to give you here is don't go and turn all of your contact forms blue, but it's bring in some colour. The reason that the white one doesn't work is because it's on a white background. We can't see it so clearly. We don't know what we're meant to be doing. Any of the colours brings it forward. Now, we hear all sorts of different reasons. Green is go, blue is power as authority, is also calming. Amber, we've got all the traffic light colours going on. We hear all of these. Find a colour that actually suits the website, fits your brand. Don't worry about making them blue just for the sake of it being blue, but bring in some colour. Think about your contact the experts button rather than submit. If you've got submit on the bottom of your contact form, any of you actually want to submit? No, we don't want that. So the lesson we have here is value your contact forms. Anyone watch Contact? No? Never mind. Okay, we did have a winner though. And for the winners, we do have prizes. Dave, if you'd care to hand over the mythical pack of Smarties. Well done. Yes, Smarties have all the answers. So just to kind of recap everything that we have learnt. So if you take nothing else away, take away the concept of measure it, test it. You're never going to know anything unless you're actually testing it. We could all sit around and go, we think this is a good idea, yeah, let's do it. Or is it better to go, we think this is a good idea, let's test it. Let's have a benchmark. Let's see if it actually works. Because if you don't, you get drawn down all these weird rabbit holes. You get taken into places where things just don't work, and you can't work out why. It gets really confusing. So we need to know what our concerns are for our clients, and we can address those in a number of ways. We can do that through our contact forms, through our calls to action across the site. Make sure we're talking to the right people. We need to make sure that we are testing all of our assumptions, that we don't go for something that looks fantastic but might not work. We need to make sure that we're trying different messages to address the right people and finding what is the best one at reaching the right people but enough of them. We need to keep engagement at the front of our mind. There's a chap I know who does podcast marketing. He's a brilliant guy, Chris Huskins, absolute genius in podcasting world. He doesn't care how many listeners he gets. He's written about this several times. He does not care at all. What he's actually interested in is the engagement. How many people click through to the website? How many people get involved on social media? Because if you had 10,000 listeners but 10 engagements, that's a bit rubbish really, isn't it? So let's think about engagement. It's the same on the website and your contact form as well. So important. That is digital marketing in the real world. Now, there's also a whole lot more that we could go into, but rather than 20 minutes, that would take me 20 weeks. So I think we'll probably call it there. Of course, if you do have any questions, then please feel free to come find me or Dave at any point. I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you very much.